Hey guys, we're Featurette.
And we're at Northern Maverick Brewery.
And this is Beers with Bands.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Why don't you introduce yourselves and your role in the band?
So I'm Lexie, and I am the singer in the band.
And I'm Jon, and I play keyboards and drums in the band.
I mean, I play keys too, but
Okay.
mostly the singer.
Okay, and how long have you guys been together as a band?
We are going on 5 years now.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Yeah, it hasn't been active necessarily for all of it because you got to get through that writing period,
Yes.
the like development at the front end. But yeah, we released our first album in 2016 for reference.
Very cool. So we're going to just play a little bit of Who in the Band. So
Oh.
who in the band is most likely to lose a piece of gear?
Lose? No, Lexie, for sure.
It's not true.
No, just on the record here. At the end, so I'm in charge of like packing everything up at the end of the night. I pack everything up. I will find Lexie's phone on the stage, totally
It's not lost.
alone.
It's not
People walking around like, you might want that. So definitely not me.
I would say to lose their minds would be Jon.
That's a different story.
Okay.
For sure.
What about losing the hotel key?
Oh.
Me. 100%.
You're gonna lose it?
Losing anything perhaps would be Jon. Maybe he's like pretty organized with the gear end of things,
Okay.
but just like anything else would be Jon.
Okay, and who's most likely then to get lost on the way to a gig?
Me.
Lexie, for sure. Terrible sense of direction.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. So between both of you, you're just barely making it. to
We're
your
just
gig.
barely surviving. We're
I
just
didn't even drink
barely.
a beer. I just spilled a beer on one.
We're barely even alive, basically. Just getting through the day.
Perfect. Who's most likely to just suddenly disappear and be crowd surfing?
Me.
Yeah.
He's behind a drum kit. How's he
You
gonna
can
get out
still
there?
Get out and just jump into the crowd.
I'm gonna
That's my dream. That's a good one.
I'm gonna make
Good one.
that my mission. Like
Okay.
that's gonna be 2020. Jon gets to crowd surf.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm down for sure.
Okay.
I've never crowd surfed before, ever.
Now you have a goal. Who in the band is most likely to win at a drinking game?
Me? Oh no, that's not true actually. Because Lexie is the most competitive human I've ever met, and she would she would actually annihilate herself just to win.
But like I'm not a good drinker. Like Jon is a seasoned, I would say, drinker. Like he's like
So he's
good
got
at
the
it.
long game.
Exactly. I enjoy beer.
He's
Like,
got the practice, the
Okay.
long game, the
Yeah.
like experience.
Right at the beginning, you're going to be like the unknown winner,
like the-
and then he's
yeah.
just holding out till you're done.
Yeah, I'm like the let me hurt myself for this competition. Like that's like my level of competitiveness.
Okay.
like if tequila is involved, she'll annihilate everybody. It's
Okay.
It's a hidden talent, I guess. You have like a second liver in there somewhere. I'm not sure.
Dark,
good.
dark times.
Right? Right? So let's take it back to first. Do you remember the first beer or alcoholic beverage that you ever had?
Yeah. Oh, Drambuie at age 6. Like, what up, yo? My grandpa was like, let's dip your tongue in this and see what happens. And I was like, fire water. That's crazy. That's probably why I'm not a huge drinker now.
Yeah, and I think I split a 6-pack with, friends of mine at a house party in like grade 9, and I think it was like a MGD or something. Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
first beer.
Yeah. What about first concert? Do you remember the first concert you attended?
Oh, man. Does it count like operas and musicals and that kind of thing?
Whichever was your first.
My favorite first concert
Okay.
in recent memory was when I saw Wicked for the first time. I know that's not what you were looking for,
It's okay.
but I'm getting nods. There are nods happening in the studio.
As someone who's seen it every time it's come to Toronto and in other cities, I can appreciate that.
Theater nerd right here.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember at all. I'm
Radiohead one that you didn't see?
well, yeah. The Radiohead one I didn't see when the stage collapsed. That was
You were at that one.
I was on my way to that one. That was not great. I
What
don't
about
know.
the first one you remember?
The first
Like-
one I remember, I don't remember. I think it might have been the first concert I remember was probably seeing maybe the TSO with school. I was really little, and maybe it might have been Sang Les Miserables. But it's not really a concert; it's a musical.
A
But I
music.
do remember that. So.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll
We
accept
go way back
musicals,
with the music
right?
trends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about first CD or album or cassette tape, if it applies, that you purchased yourself?
AC/DC Back in Black.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It was the Wicked soundtrack. I'm sorry, these are not good answers.
No, it's fine. No, this is good. This is good. This is,
It was
I
the
can
Wicked
appreciate that.
soundtrack.
It's still on
Confident,
my podcast.
locked
like
in
on my
answer.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's still on my phone as a regularly played.
It's a pretty great musical.
It is a good one.
Yeah.
It is a good one. It is a good. So let's talk about things right now. So current things. So who's on your radar musically? Like who are you listening to a lot of right now?
Our typical answer for that, like, of the past couple years has always been Fantagram. They've been on our radar since the beginning of this project, and you're likely to be able to hear those influences, if not directly, then like sort of in the works, like in our music, and especially in the development from where we've come from to where we're going now with our sound. I just like literally last night was at the gym and listened to their entire album 3 from top to bottom. It's a great workout album, by the by. But yeah, that one just like rings true forever with us, I think. But like more recently, things like.
Well, I think for what we listen, I'm really into Petit Biscuit, which is like French electro, melodic electro, which I like. I think the way we listen to music is so like not fan-like.
Yeah.
That when I'm listening to music, I'll listen to it like passively in the background. I'm a big playlist guy, so I'll go into playlists, and then if I hear something I like, I'll add it to something like a new folder, and then I will come back to it and listen to it. And I don't purposely like look who it is, but I find myself, who's that guy? What's that song again? And then I start filtering out who's really inspiring us. So like, yeah, like there's a million. We listen to a lot of different stuff that we're not necessarily like actively searching for, but just being inspired by.
Like even on like if you were in the car with us and we were doing all this drinking in a car very illegally and we were going to a gig or something and the radio is on, like it is at that point it's not passive listening, it becomes like all consuming. It's like very analytical, and it's less like what is this band and more like what are these sounds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just very analytical listeners in general, and it's like, oh, that's a thing that I want, and we put it in a playlist, and then those playlists get referenced later on.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got my haircut yesterday, and like the haircutter, the barber was telling me like he's really into techno, and he was like telling me all these bands to check out. I was like furiously writing them down, and so
it was on the list.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
Pop quiz.
I haven't listened to it yet, but that excites me. Like people like telling me their gems. I think that, yeah. So that's how we sort of like navigate this band.
It's a great way to find new bands and stuff as other people's recommendations
Totally.
as well.
There's just so much out there. You can't, right?
It's hard to get through it all, exactly. What about drinking right now? Like, what are you drinking a lot of? And it doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol. You could be a coffee fiend or a kombucha fan.
But alcohol was the first that came to mind, although I'm not a
but
big
if it's the
drinker.
first that came to mind, no. But like something that is just a beverage
Dylan's
of choice.
Unfiltered.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know why. That one's really great. There's also this other gin called, I think it's called Malfi, and they have like this, it's a gin that's like a grapefruit flavor. It's pink, which is not my usual color, but indeed it is extra delicious. I highly recommend that.
Yeah, you've been loving that. Yeah.
I'm a kombucha person otherwise.
Perfect.
I'm a coffee guy, so what am I drinking? I used to roast my own beans, like one of those jerks, like, right? Like, I don't do that anymore, but
Hipster Jon, checking in.
We call them craft connoisseurs.
is that what,
Craft connoisseur.
craft connoisseurs? I used to have like a air roaster and everything. Anyways, but we went to Greece this year, and I had like Fredo, whatever.
I think it's Fredo.
Fredo.
Oh, yeah, the ice.
The ice, and they shake it.
Yeah.
And then it creates a foam, and then they whip it. And so I've been making those. It's like, I love it. It's fantastic. And then drinks, I think I'm into like IPA. I've ruined my taste buds. I can only go IPA now, and I really like the Octopus Wants to Fight
yeah.
IPA. That's what I'm drinking a lot now.
Yeah.
So there we go.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
It's a great one. So you guys this is the final question. You guys get to brew your own beer.
Oh my gosh.
Each get to brew your own beer.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
You get to add a secret ingredient. So tell me what kind of beer you're going to brew. What's your secret ingredient? And then name it after one of your songs.
I have to know what kinds of beer there are. This is a hard interview.
Yeah.
So as a confessed non-beer person, we were recently in Abbotsford near Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the place?
Yeah.
And at that place there was a sours and fruit beer festival thing.
Nice.
And we got to drink a lot that day. And everything was free. It was fantastic.
Yes.
And
So we're thinking a sour or fruit beer?
So definitely a sour and or fruit beer, and grapefruit is my thing. It's sour, it's bitter. Like,
Yep.
I'm not a sweet person at all. So does that
Okay.
answer the question?
And which one of your songs are you going to name it that you're grapefruit
Oh.
sour?
Oh, That's a whole album. Grapefruit Sour is Dream Riot for sure. Like those two things make sense together in my mind. On this new album,
Any song that you think fits for a grapefruit sour?
any? Holy shit! This is such a hard question. Grapefruit Sour. This is a funny answer. Won't Love You, which is the first album.
Okay.
The first track on the album, because I probably won't love it as much as anything else I could make in the drinking world. Because it's a beer. There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
I thought you were going to say your secret ingredient would be like CBD. Just like throw. Everyone's like.
Oh, I missed it.
So-
That's it. CBD beer.
Just like throwing it in there.
CBDB beer. CBDB beer. Yes, that's the one.
Okay. With grapefruit, you can add it to your grapefruit beer.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
This is the blend. This is
Okay.
the blend we're after. Relax, calm beer.
There we go.
No nerves. Yes.
Okay.
And only one beer. Then you're fine. You're
Yep.
just chilled out, like
Yep.
not talking.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What about you?
For me, okay, so I'm going to say secret ingredient is going to be magic for sure. And it's going to be an IPA. And the magic's going to, you're going to be able to do whatever you drink it, and you can do like whatever
wish
you
whatever
want.
you want
Like, you can
and-
just do it. Like
Yeah.
even though you're probably really loaded, because it's going to be like a really high.
Poor
like-
life choices are going to happen there.
Yeah, but it's like the magic, and then I think we'll name it On My Own. one of the tracks, because really it's all you can do, because no one's wants to hang around with
No.
you when you're on magic
No.
in your
What an
That's-
ethereal answer for that question. Like, oh my god.
Good.
magic.
That's good.
That's my answer.
Coming to an LCBO near you. Where can we find you guys on all your socials?
So we're fortunate to have almost the same handle on almost every platform.
Very
So we're
fortunate.
at Featurette Music. Featurette is our band name, and we chose that because, tidbit, fun fact, because we like to make like short film inspired songs kind
Oh.
of thing, which is why all our music videos are sort of standalone pieces, and
Very
why they
cool.
all look different, and like the branding is very us, but also drastically different in every video that we do. So yeah, that's how you'll remember, and it's at Featurette
Perfect.
Music anywhere that you can stream or view or click on or access
Or
music
follow or anything like
or
that.
follow or anything.
And we'll make sure that we post all of the links in the post below. We are Beers with Bands. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Beers with or Beers and Bands. You can give us a follow on subscribe on YouTube at BeerX. And thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To magic.
To
Magic. The beer and also the band.